The SAP Center here in San Jose, California is the site for today's matchup between the Winnipeg Jets and the San Jose Sharks. Winnipeg, not the year they've won it, especially off of a great season a year ago. And the Sharks on the front of 500, looking at the wild card race. Sit back and enjoy this one as we are underway here from San Jose. Orlov pestered in the corner, takes a big hit. And Connor gets it out to Morrissey at the point, sends it in, tip try out in front. And Askarov finds the puck just a few seconds in our first stoppage. Face-off controlled by San Jose. They look to get it out of the zone for the first time, and they will. Chernyshov taken off his stick by Morrissey. Morrissey tried to bring it into front ice. Celebrini jumps on it here for San Jose. Turns it over in center. And it floats back to the Sharks' end. San Jose 28-25-4 coming into play today. Winnipeg at 23-25-10. Iafallo up the near side here for the Jets. Tried to cut inside. Good cutoff by Liljegren. And San Jose gets out. Skinner will bring it up ahead. Still waiting for a first shot on goal. Here it comes. And denied. Hellebuyck sprawls out to save it. And Scheifele will bring it out to center. Pestered on his way through. Morrissey jumps on it for the Jets. Tried to feed it in. Battle for it here in neutral ice. Alex Wenberg to the far side. And Ferraro. Back to Wenberg through center. And up ahead for the Sharks. Perfetti takes it off his stick. One shot on goal to start this game here for San Jose. Nyquist takes a hit on the edge. Niederreiter picks it up, fires through the crease, nobody home. And Wenberg picks up on the near side. Here's Toffoli. Toffoli tried to feed it in. He gets pestered and goes back behind the net. Energized crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. Nyquist pestered at the blue line. Perfetti picks up the loose change. Drops it off to no man's land, and Gaudreau jumps on it here for the Sharks. Jets keep it on this end. Shen downstairs. Nyquist stick to side. Back out to Morrissey. Fires. Blocker save. And it goes back behind the net. Wenberg kicks it to the far side. And Ferraro's there for the Sharks to get it out to Toffoli. Toffoli brings it in wide. Fires a shot saved by Hellebuyck. Goes to the far half wall. Morrissey jumps on it. Jets will get it out through center. Perfetti fires a long shot, stick to side by Askarov. Comes to the near side, pressure on by the Jets. Ferraro jumps on it, and the Sharks clear. Gaudreau flips it out of play, and we get a stoppage with 15:57 to go in the opening period. Connor Hellebuyck, a couple good saves to start this game. Beautiful save as he sprawls out. That was the first shot on goal of this game. And Connor Hellebuyck stops it on its way through. So just over 4 minutes gone by. 3 shots on goal for Winnipeg and 2 for San Jose. Offsides on the Jets. Dickinson with a good stick here for San Jose. He brings it back up for the Sharks. Pionk takes it away in center. Jets coming off of a overtime loss against Anaheim on the 27th back on Friday. They lost that game 5-4 to the Ducks in overtime. Sharks coming off of a win Sharks coming off of a win against Edmonton on Saturday. Velarde poked away as he tried to walk it in, and Skinner will get it up and out. Pionk with a good stick in center. Back to Taves. Sends it in on net. Swatted away by Askarov. Taves gets there along the near half wall. Floats back out to center. Jets have to reset. Niederreiter over to Taves. He brings it in, fires, stick to side again by Askarov. Goes into the corner. Taves floats it in out in front. Letty there for the Sharks, and they'll get it out. Here comes Graf. Up ahead to Regenda. Pestered on his way in. Regenda goes to the right wing circle where Stanley's there for Winnipeg. Regenda takes it back behind the net. Out in front, an errant pass. Controlled by Winnipeg. Barron centers. Nemestikov fires a shot, save, and stays out. Ferraro picks up the loose change. 6 shots on goal now for Winnipeg. Here's Graf to Letty, a shot denied by Hellebuyck. Comes to the near side, battle for it along the near half wall. Shen to the other side in Lowry, and they get it out. Skinner takes it in center. Winnipeg changes. Reeves brings it up. Centering pass, nobody home. And Winnipeg will bring it back out. Pearson feeds it in deep. DeMello takes over in center here for the Jets. Iafallo brings it up, intercepted by Reeves on the outside. Pearson now takes it away in center here for Winnipeg. Delandria battling at the red line here for San Jose. Nemestikov pesters, but Delandria is able to feed it in. Back behind the net, DeMello. Battle for it behind the Winnipeg net. Jets will get it out through center. Here's Pearson. 3-on-2 in favor of San Jose. Pearson drops it off. Nemestikov fires a shot, and it's saved down in front. Askarov might have gotten a piece. Now Reeves back through center, feeds it in. Deflects off the side of the net as Hellebuyck had to try to keep it out off the deflection. Nemestikov back through center. Here's Pearson outside. Pearson walks it in, taken away from Ferraro. And Letty now has it for San Jose. No real attempts for either side here in the last couple minutes. Iafallo tried to feed it in. Good stick on the outside by Letty. And San Jose back to center. Here's Delandria, feeds it in. Iafallo will bring it up. He's been out there for a while. Good stick on his way through. Centering pass, Nemestikov on net. Denied by Askarov. Pearson back up to the point. DeMello tipped just wide, and Askarov on the rebound makes the save. And it comes back out to center. Best chance the Jets have had in this one. Ostapchuk denied by Hellebuyck. And DeMello will bring it out. Iafallo through center. Halfway through this opening period, a couple chances for the Jets. Not really a whole lot for San Jose. Reeves whiffed on the shot. Good stick by Pearson. Reeves walks it in. Denied by Hellebuyck. No further play with 9:45 to go in the opening period. Beautiful save by Askarov here on the rebound. Nemestikov right on the doorstep. And he denies. Celebrini will face off against Scheifele. Jets win the face-off. 9 shots on goal for Winnipeg, 5 for San Jose, just over halfway through this opening period with no score. Macklin Celebrini pestered through neutral ice. He gets it back. Celebrini walks it in. Centering pass intercepted and back out to Connor. Connor poked on his way in, keeps it alive, waits for help to come. Centering pass, gets to Scheifele, denied by Askarov. Got right through Celebrini and somehow found Scheifele. Chernyshov takes it in, and Hellebuyck holds his ground. Back behind the net. Sandberg gets there for Winnipeg. And it's starting to heat up a little bit here in this first period. Scheifele walks it in, denied by Regenda. And it goes to the corner. Floats out, kept alive by Nyquist. Scheifele now back up to the point, and Sandberg inside. Velarde, shot blocked out in front. Still loose in the slot, floats back out. Pionk keeps it alive. That one goes off a stick towards the corner. Back up to the point, and Pionk inside, denied by Askarov. On the one-time try in the slot. Winnipeg keeps it in the zone for a moment. And now it floats back out to center. Just under 8 minutes to go in the opening period. That one floated back on Hellebuyck. As Velarde looks to get it out, and they will with Sandberg. Sandberg comes in wide, drops it off, a bobble by Pionk, denied by Askarov. Orlov recovers the loose change back behind the net. Intercepted in center by Sandberg. Lowry turns back here for Winnipeg. Lowry trying to cut inside. Liljegren takes it away. Floats along the far half wall. Piant keeps it alive. Barron tried to turn and fire. Couldn't get a clean one off. And Regenda back through center for San Jose. Velarde up ahead. Lowry for Winnipeg. Centering pass to Barron. Askarov holds his ground. 6:33 to go in the opening period with no score. Face-off control by Winnipeg. DeMello gloved down by Askarov. 14 shots on goal now for Winnipeg, 6 for San Jose. And Winnipeg has had over a minute time on attack. San Jose less than 30 seconds. Face-off here in the Sharks' end, controlled not very cleanly by San Jose. They'll get it out. Klingberg taken off his stick by DeMello. Niederreiter feeds it in around the boards. Toffoli pestered in the trapezoid. Regenda to Wenberg, who can't handle it. Barron to Lowry, back into the zone. Niederreiter couldn't get a clean one off. Sharks work it in their own end. Toffoli back out to center. Toffoli comes in wide as he walks it in. Pestered into the corner. Toffoli back outside. Dickinson sends it in. Tip try out in front. And it goes off a body. Morrissey recovers the loose change for Winnipeg. He gets crunched along the boards as he feeds it up. Niederreiter drops it off for Lowry. Walks it in. Shot gloved down by Askarov. These two goaltenders off to a good start in this one. And Askarov holds his ground once again. Taves will face off against Delandria. Controlled by the Sharks. Skinner turns it over. Perfetti. Score! Off the takeaway. Perfetti. The unassisted goal. And Winnipeg breaks the ice. Sharks won the face-off and they just couldn't handle it in the corner. And it was a one-on-one with Perfetti against Askarov. And he puts it into the back of the net to make it 1-0 Winnipeg. Right between the wickets of Askarov, who couldn't keep it out. Winnipeg strikes first here in San Jose, quieting this crowd here in Cali. Face-off battled for in center. The goal scorer, Perfetti, brings it in. One-timer off the side of the net, perhaps. Askarov might have gotten a piece of it. Skinner up to Delandria. Tried to feed it in. Shen prevents that. Taves with a bobble in center. Takes a hit. Graff now here for the Sharks. Works it in wide. Graff. Dropped down by Stanley. Good defense. Winnipeg back out to center. Velarde stops and waits for help. Shen, fire, just wide. Perfetti now on the rebound. Askarov holds his ground. 3:50 to go in the period. 17 shots on goal for Winnipeg, 7 for San Jose. Face-off goes in on net. Klingberg gets there before danger can come. Back out to center and Eklund. Nemestikov takes it away from Celebrini. Nemestikov tried to walk it in. Good stick by Klingberg. Chernyshov brings it up here for the Sharks. Centering pass. Macklin denied off the blocker of Hellebuyck. Loose puck out in front. Goes back behind to DeMello. Feeds it out to center. Here's Nemestikov. 2-on-2. Nemestikov sends it in on net. And Askarov says no. 2:59 to go in the period. What up, Tankanator? Welcome back. Got a one-goal game. Winnipeg with the lead. Morrissey couldn't get a clean one off. Good defense on the outside. Scheifele now gets it in. On the doorstep, Askarov holds his ground. Still loose. And another save by Askarov. No further play with 2:43 to go in the opening period. Jets win the faceoff on the point. DeMello pestered on the outside, kept alive by Iafallo inside, and Askarov holds his ground again. Connor on the backhanded try that time. 22 shots on goal now for Winnipeg in this opening period. Faceoff controlled by San Jose. They'll get it back out to center. Here's Reeves, who feeds it in around the boards. DeMello, first guy to it here for Winnipeg. Off the side of the cage. But the Jets are able to get it back out to center. Scheifele with a head of steam, cuts inside, denied by Askarov. Minute 57 to play. Another face-off here in the Sharks' end, controlled by the Jets. Pionk to the point and Sandberg floats it into Connor. One-time try disrupted on the outside, and it comes back out to center. Offsides on Winnipeg. Jets win another face-off. Pionk pestered at the blue line. Here's Alex Wenberg for the Sharks, pinned along the boards in front of the Sharks bench. Toffoli bobbles through center. Wenberg will bring it up. Wenberg drops it off to no man's land. Iafallo takes it away. Here comes Taves. Taves trying to cut inside. Good stick on his way in. Takes it in down low. Never got a shot off. Toffoli circles back here for the Sharks. Under a minute to go in this opening period. Back deep into the Jets zone. Nyquist takes a hit, keeps it alive. And the Jets will get it back out the center. Pionk back to Taves. Taves tried to feed it in. Good stick by Dickinson. 30 seconds to go in the period. Toffoli walks it in. Toffoli off a skate. Niederreiter jumps on the puck. 17 seconds to go in the period. Intercepted in center by Celebrini. Celebrini now walks it in. Takes it inside, and it's disrupted to the far half wall. Niederreiter pinned along the boards. Final seconds wind down, and that'll do it for the opening period of play. Jets had the momentum, and they scored the first goal. 1-0 our score after one here in San Jose. Start of the second period here in San Jose. Winnipeg dominated that opening period, 23-8 shots on goal. They have a 1-0 lead. See if the Sharks gain some momentum here on their home ice as we're back underway to start the second. Iafallo to the inside, a bobble by Scheifele, a trip, and that'll be a penalty. And Winnipeg is going to start the second period on the power play. It's a trip on Liljegren. And our first penalty of the night is on San Jose, and the Sharks will go to the penalty kill here at home. Wenberg and Scheifele will face off power play here for the Jets. They lead 1-0. Ferraro pestered in the slot, but the Sharks will get it back out to center. Wenberg on the outside drops it off, nearly turned it over. Ferraro jumps on it in center ice, and he flips it in. Power play unit out here for Winnipeg, intercepted by Leddy. Wenberg now pinned along the boards in neutral ice. Well, it's back into the Sharks' end. Gaudreau flips it up and out. Back to it is Connor. He turns it over to Wenberg out in front, and Hellebuyck just finds the puck before Wenberg could get anything going. We've gone almost halfway through this penalty. No shots on goal so far for Winnipeg. Face off into Winnipeg's grasp. Niederreiter will start the break in. Good stick by Klingberg. And Delandria back in center ice here for the Sharks. Klingberg feeds it in. Under a minute to go on the power play. No shots on goal for Winnipeg. Here's Perfetti through center. He gets pestered. It goes back into the Jets' end. Perfetti turns it over now to Eklund. Taves now up to Perfetti into the offensive zone. Taves off a body in front. A broken stick. There's a Winnipeg Jet out there without a stick. Graff takes it away. Under 25 seconds to go on the penalty, and the Sharks send it down. Excellent penalty kill here for San Jose. 12 seconds to go on the penalty. Taves walks it in. Good stick by Klingberg. Perfetti keeps it alive. Cuts inside. Drops it off in a whiff. And it comes back out. And the Sharks kill off the penalty. Hellebuyck will stop play. Beautiful penalty kill there for San Jose. As the Jets are now 0 for 1 on the power play. Back to full strength, the Sharks. 17:42 to go in the second. Sharks win the face-off. Ferraro sends it in. Good block out in front. Ferraro keeps it alive. Klingberg with a penalty called, this time on the Jets. And we go right back into a power play, but this time it's in favor of San Jose. Iafallo will get called for a cross-check out at the top of the slot. So power play here for the Sharks as they look to tie this game with the man advantage. Winnipeg wins the faceoff. They'll flip it up and out. Race for the puck. Macklin. Celebrini gets back there first. Kicks to the near side. Celebrini up to Klingberg. Penalty unit out here for the Sharks. Klingberg denied by Hellebuyck. Klingberg let it fly with 1:31 to go on the penalty. Wenberg wins the faceoff. That one goes off a skate and wide of Hellebuyck. Skinner keeps it alive for the Sharks. Inside, blocker saved by Hellebuyck. Goes to the corner, Wenberg on the goal line to Foley. Hellebuyck another save. And it comes to the near side. Skinner, Orlov, Eklund couldn't get a clean shot off. And it's flipped up and out by Winnipeg. Under a minute to go on the penalty now. Foley to the near side, and Wenberg with a head of steam. Walks it in. Wenberg to Eklund. Denied. Rebound. Goes outside. Orlov now walks it in. Back outside. A one-timer blocked out in front. Still loose top of the slot. Nemestikov clears the zone for Winnipeg. Under 30 seconds to go on the power play. Foley brings it in. Goes back behind the net. Taken away by Morrissey. And the Jets get it out. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Orlov Pindle on the boards. Gaudreau now has it here for San Jose. Celebrini on the near side. Drops it off for Orlov. Now Delandria with it. Celebrini got laid out as the penalty expires. Back to center ice. Delandria walks it in. Bobbled on his way in. And Winnipeg gets it up and out. So both teams now 0 for 1 on the power play. Still a 1-0 Winnipeg lead. Here's Morrissey. Drops it off for Lowry. Perfetti now. Shen on the inside off a skate. Still loose in the slot. Comes in on Askarov, who kicks it away. And Klingberg picks up the loose change. Gaudreau up ahead. Delandria working with Celebrini. Denied by Hellebuyck on its way in. Floats out behind the net. Morrissey takes the head. And the Jets will get it back out as they work it in their own end. Perfetti up through center. Scheifele now. Can't handle it. Kept alive. Scheifele spins and fires just wide of the net. Regenda jumps on the puck along the far half wall. And the Sharks back out to center. Chernyshov into the slot, pestered as it goes towards the corner. Leddy. Gaudreau spins inside. Denied by Hellebuyck. And the rebound controlled by Winnipeg. Here comes Nyquist. Out in front. Nyquist gets around one man, and then a good defensive play by Dickinson. Scheifele circles into the doorstep. Denied. Askarov with a stop. Right on the doorstep. Back outside. Pestered back into center ice it comes. These two goaltenders playing with fire in this game. Connor feeds it to the far corner. And the Sharks maintain it in their own end. Back out, offsides. A lot of action on both ends of the ice. Not a lot of goal scoring, but these two goaltenders putting on a show. As Askarov somehow kept this one out right on the doorstep. Did a split to keep it out. Just able to get a piece of it with that left pad. Scheifele will turn in here for Winnipeg. Iafallo shot off a body, tipped in on Askarov. Still loose, and Askarov holds his ground. Iafallo was right there for the ricochet. Iafallo tried to send it in on net off the faceoff, goes wide of Askarov, and the Sharks will bring it back out through center. Ospachuk brings it in wide, centering pass, goes all the way through. Reeves now turns inside, back out to the point, and Liljegren lets it fly off the glove of Hellebuyck. Goes back behind the net. Pionk pinned on the boards by Ospachuk. Penalty called here. It's going to go on the Sharks. They might call interference along the boards. Iafallo keeps it alive, drops it off for Sandberg, kicked away by Askarov. Extra skater in for the moment as Askarov makes another save. A third try, denied by Askarov again, and a whistle. And a power play upcoming here for the Jets. They call a hold back along the boards on Ospachuk. As Pionk kicked it away and Ospachuk just kept his grasp. So a power play once again here for Winnipeg, their second of the period. Trying to extend their 1-0 lead. Jets win the faceoff. Pionk off a body. Liljegren with the block. Liljegren flips it up and out. 31 shots on goal for Winnipeg, just 14 for San Jose. Still a 1-0 game though. Pionk taken away by Dellandrea. Graff now shorthanded, denied by Hellebuyck. 90 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off goes back behind the Jets net. Niederreiter with a bobble will bring it through center. Niederreiter walks it in, out in front. Askarov finds the puck. Minute 11 to go on the penalty. Face-off controlled by San Jose as they flip it out of the zone. Connor battling with Wenberg, gets it out to Niederreiter, who walks it in. Niederreiter tried to let it fly there. Good stick by Wenberg. San Jose had numbers for a moment, but couldn't handle the puck. Here's Iafallo. Walks it in, drops it off, intercepted by Wenberg. Still loose into the slot. Scheifele tried to let it fly, pestered on his way through. Connor now keeps it alive. Nyquist inside with a bobble. Outside Morrissey. Iafallo inside right through the crease. Nyquist chases it down back behind the net. Dickinson there here for San Jose. Penalties got under 10 seconds. Nyquist with a wraparound, denied. Klingberg gets it. He's pestered in the end, and the Sharks get it out. Ospachuk fresh out of the penalty box, taken off his stick. Graff now sends it in on net, sticked aside by Hellebuyck. Ospachuk now behind the net. Looking for a center out in front. Back up to the point. Ferraro off of Hellebuyck. Comes to the near side and Connor. He's pinned along the boards by Graff. Close out behind the net. DeMello is there for Winnipeg. I'm doing good, Tankinator. How are you? Scheifele walks it in. Shot denied by Ospachuk. Delandrio feed it up and out. It was holding along the boards behind the net. The penalty on Ospachuk. Stanley gains the loose puck here for Winnipeg. Pearson walks it in, fires, save Askarov. Pearson gets his own miss. Pindle on the boards in the corner. Scheifele back out to the point. Kept alive by Shen. Collision up top. Back out to center it comes. Pearson floats it in. Back to it is Dickinson for San Jose. Look out. Into the slot, a bobble, and it comes back out to Dickinson. And the Sharks will get it out. To Foley. Dangles on his way in. Sends it around the boards. All the way through. Skinner keeps it alive. Dickinson back to Skinner. Hellebuyck with the snare. 7:06 to play in the second. Crowd trying to re-energize this Sharks team that have been outplayed, I think most people would say, in the first half of this game. "34 shots on goal for Winnipeg, 18 for San Jose. Still a 1-0 Jets lead. Niederreiter up ahead. Sends it in. A shot denied by Askarov. Beautiful feed, and it comes back out to center. Floats all the way back to the Jets' end. Jets working it on their own side. Sandberg intercepted in center by Chernyshov. Here comes Eklund here for San Jose. Tried to feed it inside. Barron was there for the Jets. And back out to center it comes as they battle for it along the boards. Sharks jump on it. Here's Macklin Celebrini. Chernyshov now up ahead. And back here for Winnipeg, who feeds it in around the boards. Under 6 minutes to go in the second. Niederreiter out in front. Askarov snares it off the deflection and stops play. Look at this save by Askarov. A couple of them. Beautiful feed by Niederreiter on the inside. And Askarov kicks it away. Doing his best to keep the Sharks in this one. No goals so far here in the second period. 5:40 to go here in the second from San Jose. 36 shots on goal for Winnipeg, 18 for the Sharks. To Foley. Wenberg can't handle it. A bobble into the slot, and Hellebuyck finds the dribbling puck with 5:20 to go. Face-off control by San Jose, and a shot denied by Hellebuyck. Orlov let it fly that time, and it goes back behind the net. Jets will bring it out. A lot of bodies in there as it floats back out to DeMello. Delayed offsides on the Jets. They tag back up. Perfetti cuts inside. Good stick by Orlov. Here's to Foley, who gets crunched in neutral ice. Taves now can't handle it. Turns it over to Wenberg, at least for the moment. Wenberg flips it in on Hellebuyck, who says no with 4:19 to go in the second. Face-off goes back into Nemestikov's grasp. Jets working in their own end. Here's Pearson through center. Pearson squares it up, centering pass, disrupted, and Askarov finds the puck again. 3:57 to go in the second period. Who's doing amazing, Tinkinator? There's a lot of people out here doing amazing things. A battle for it in the right wing circle. San Jose, who comes back out through center. Gaudreau drops it off for Klingberg, who's sticked aside by Hellebuyck. Nemestikov gets there along the far half wall. Stanley back through center. 3.5 to go in the period. Stanley walks it in. Nyquist couldn't handle it. And San Jose back through center. Gaudreau feeds it in around the boards. Mr. Hallebuck. 3 minutes to go in the period. Pearson denied by Askarov. 36 saves for Askarov in the game. 37 shots on goal for Winnipeg. Doing his best to keep the Sharks in this game. Both goaltenders playing excellent here tonight. Eklund sends it back out to center. Sandberg jumps on it here for Winnipeg. Iafallo turns back in. Looking for a center. Crunched along the boards by Wenberg. Connor now back to Pionk. Score! Tipped in out in front. Iafallo. And it's 2-0 Winnipeg. Just squared it up and let it fly. Beautiful redirect out in front by Iafallo. And he gets it past Askarov for the second Winnipeg goal. Look at the awareness by Iafallo to change the direction of his stick and put it in. 2-0 Winnipeg here in San Jose. Quiets this crowd once again. Celebrini now trying to respond, and a shot denied by Hallebuck. Connor now back here for Winnipeg. Connor pestered on his way in, floats to the far half wall. And it floats back out to Dickinson. Chernyshov. Now Eklund. Eklund walks it in, disrupted by Pionk, and Iafallo jumps on the loose puck. Out in front, watch out. Oh, one pass too many for San Jose off the takeaway. Here's Perfetti. Drops it off to no man's land. Celebrini's on it. Celebrini cross ice offsides on San Jose. Toffoli got in front of the play. Face off here in neutral ice, controlled by San Jose. And now an immediate turnover to Velarde. Here's Morrissey up top. Centering pass to Perfetti. Sends it in, denied by Askarov. Raff will bring it out through center. Here's Skinner up top. Tried to drop it off, and Taves jumps on it here for Winnipeg. Under a minute to go here in the second. 2-0 Winnipeg. Taves drops it off. Velarde can't handle it. San Jose's on it. Back through center. Dellandrea. Centers a bobble, and Winnipeg jumps on it again. Nyquist will bring it through neutral ice. 10 seconds to go. Centering to Nemestikov. Now Velarde. Good play outside. Defense. Nemestikov denied by Askarov. Goes into the corner as time expires here in the second. Winnipeg extends their lead, going from 1-0 after 1 to 2-0 after 2 as we head to the second intermission. Start of the third period here in San Jose. This crowd has not had a whole lot to cheer about. Winnipeg has dominated most of this game. San Jose looking to break their ice. They trail 2-0 here at home. Winnipeg looking to get a win here on the road. Intercepted at center by Iafallo. Connor will walk it in, tried to feed it out in front. Orlov takes it away, and here come the Sharks. Orlov flips it in. Iafallo's on it. Now Connor here for the Jets through center. Connor brings it in, drops it off. Iafallo with a bobble, sends it into the slot, and it gets tipped out wide. O'Connor. Eklund gets there for San Jose. Back through center he comes. Eklund drops it off. Liljegren with a bobble. Back to Eklund, denied by Hellebuyck. And it comes to the near half wall. San Jose keeps it alive. A shot gloved down by Hellebuyck. 18:45 to go in the third. Still plenty of time. But San Jose needs to figure something out as we take a look at Askarov, who's made a few incredible stops in this game, doing his best to keep the Sharks in this one. He just needs some help on the other end of the ice. And it starts with keeping it on the other end of the ice. Face off here in the Jets' end, controlled by Winnipeg. Pionk pestered, gets it out to Taves. Here's Velarde up ahead, good stick. And it comes back out to neutral ice. Toffoli's tripped, no whistle. We play on, Perfetti. Outside, Pionk shot blocked out beautifully in front. Wenberg up ahead. Wenberg takes a big hit. Regenda recovers back behind the net. Sends it in out in front. Sandberg with the intercept. Regenda back out to Wenberg. Long shot. Tipped in! Off a body out in front. Alex Wenberg cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Oh, it just deflected right off a body. That might have been off a Jets player. And it was. Alex Wenberg lets it fly from up top. And it was Sandberg outside, right in front of the net. It goes off of his thigh and deflects right over the top of Hellebuyck, and the Sharks are on the board. Graff right back in here for San Jose. Drops it off for Dellandrea off a body. Barron picks it out of the air. And Winnipeg back through center. Here's Pionk, drops it off for Niederreiter, downstairs, goes past Askarov. Goes into the trapezoid, kicks to the near side, Niederreiter out in front. Pionk can't handle it. Kept alive by Sandberg. Hindle on the boards. Floats back out to center. Race for the puck. Jailbreak San Jose, potentially. Hellebuyck holds his ground. You have to think, though, Connor Hellebuyck, I'm talking to you, Tankinator. Hellebuyck is very good, and yet Winnipeg is below 500. Riddle me that. After they had one of the best seasons, regular seasons in NHL history last year, been a season to remember so far here for Winnipeg. They're under 500 coming off of the Olympic break. One goal game, still plenty of time here in this third period. Ospachuk keeps it alive. Dickinson couldn't handle it. And Winnipeg brings it out to center. Here's Lowry. Lowry tried to feed it in. Good stick out in front. Behind the net, Barron out in front. Askarov holds his ground. Face-off control by San Jose in their own end. Cross ice to Orlov, who brings it up. Walks it in. Orlov centers, fires, save Hellebuyck. And Nemestikov will bring it out through center. Here's Pearson now. Pearson brings it in off a body in front. Nemestikov out in front, just wide of the net. Pearson now battling. Orlov sends it out. And it comes back on net, no icing. Circles around the boards. Liljegren on it, back behind Wenberg. Wenberg back out to the point. Eklund, good block out in front. Pearson now gets there. Nyquist brings it up and out. Nyquist with a head of steam. Good cutoff on the outside by Orlov. Eklund outside to Foley. Toffoli up ahead, Eklund, delayed off sides, and they touch it. Face-off in neutral ice, controlled by Winnipeg. Here's Iafallo, who has a goal tonight. Works it in down low. Outside, Connor couldn't handle it. Macklin is all over it for San Jose. Chernyshov outside. Here's Celebrini, denied. Rebound, controlled by Scheifele. That was really the one try we've seen from Celebrini here tonight. He's been quiet as it comes to the near half wall. Dickinson there for San Jose. Scheifele there for Winnipeg. And a penalty is going to be called here on Winnipeg. Extra skater in for the moment. Here for San Jose. Eklund inside. Chernyshov off a body. And Winnipeg touches it. San Jose will go to the power play for the second time tonight. And it's a hold on Mark Scheifele. A little bit of action along the boards. Wasn't a whole lot. But Scheifele is going to get called for the penalty. Power play here for the Sharks and a chance to tie this game. Face-off control by Winnipeg. Schenn feeds it up to Niederreiter. Niederreiter walks it in. Save Askarov. Short-handed try there for the Jets. And now here comes San Jose. Chernyshov pestered from behind. Good play by Taves defensively. And here come the Jets short-handed. Taves angles in. Back behind the net, Niederreiter. Outside Taves. Back up to the point. Schenn walks it in. Fired. And it's off a body in front. Goes right through the crease. And San Jose back out through center. Graf inside. Intercepted by Schenn. And Winnipeg flips it out of the zone. Sharks have to tag back up. Skinner up ahead. Orlov. He gets pestered on his way in. Good defense here by the Jets on their PK. Trying to get it out of the zone, and now they do. Taves walks it in. Disrupted to the near side. Morrissey back out to Niederreiter. A shot. Buckered down by Askarov. Orlov jumps on it here for San Jose. 33 seconds to go in the penalty. 1-goal game here in the third period. Eklund walks it in. Drops it off for Klingberg. Denied by Hellebuyck. And a penalty is called. And it's going to be on the Jets again. Jonathan Taves is going to be called for interference here on Wenberg. And we're going to get a 5-on-3 here for San Jose. For 23 seconds and then another power play. Face-off controlled by the Jets. Sandberg flips it up and out. San Jose's got to be quick here if they want a chance on the 5-on-3. But we get another power play here for San Jose after that. 5 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Chernyshov walks it in. Sandberg takes it off his stick, flips it up and out. So now 90 more seconds on a power play here for the Sharks. Still looking to tie this game. Chernyshov brings it in. What a pass! Inside, Regenda off a body. Goes to the far side, Celebrini. Outside Chernyshov. Now Klingberg couldn't get it off. Back to Macklin. Macklin pestered on the outside. Sandberg sends it down the length of the ice. 1 minute to go on the penalty. Skinner back on it here for San Jose. To Foley, hits hard. Chernyshov, here's Macklin, Celebrini. Flips it in. Excellent penalty kill here for the Jets this far. As Schenn flips it up and out now. Flag down by Celebrini. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. Velarde with a good stick takes it away. Walks it in and fires, saved by Askarov. And Delandria will bring it up. Another intercept by Velarde. Sends it out of play with 16 seconds left. Beautiful PK here for the Jets. And San Jose has not really had any opportunities. San Jose will win the faceoff. Time for one more push here on the penalty. Eklund will bring it up. He's pestered on his way in. Pionk jumps on it. And the Jets kill off the penalties. Excellent for Winnipeg there. Wenberg sends it deep around the boards. Back out of the net is Hellebuyck, who settles it down. Hellebuyck trying to get back to his net there. Got caught up for a moment. No harm, no foul. Barron now feeds up. Domestikov will bring it out. It's Still a 1-goal game under 9 minutes to go. Nemestikov taken off his stick by Celebrini. Reeves with an errant pass sends it all the way down. Delandria wins the race. Diving attempt out there. Bodies flying everywhere. And here comes Winnipeg. Nemestikov drops it off for Barron. To the other side, errant pass comes back out to center. Stanley takes a hit in center. Barron walks it in, trying to get off a shot. Nemestikov denied by Askarov. Delandria jumps on it here for the Sharks. Here's Celebrini up to Gaudreau. Under 8 minutes to go here in regulation. Taves with the takeaway. Taves walks it in, centering to Nemestikov. Good stick out in front by Klingberg. And Celebrini picks up the loose change. Here's Delandria. Keeps it alive. Coming in wide. Drops it off for Celebrini. Back to Delandria right through the crease. And Stanley with an intercept and a shot denied. Hellebuyck. 7:10 to go in the third. Face-off control by the Sharks. Orlov squares it up. Good block out in front. Along the far half wall, Scheifele hits the deck. Wenberg and Connor now battle for it. Scheifele over to pick out the loose change. Here's Sandberg. Brings it up. Got a man out in front. Drops it off instead. Connor with a tip out in front. Askarov holds his ground with 6:37 to go. Face-off controlled by the Sharks in their own end. Regenda pestered through center, drops it off for Orlov, and an errant pass taken by the Jets. Now an intercept by Regenda as it floats all the way back. Icing the call here on San Jose. Sharks win the face-off in their own end as they work it back in their defensive zone. Toffoli will bring it up here for the Sharks. Pestered on his way in, and another intercept in center. Iafallo that time jumped on it for the Jets. Connor back out, kept in by Scheifele. Walks it in, denied by Askarov. The rebound, another stop for Askarov. And the Sharks will get it back out of harm's way. Up ahead, here's Macklin. Sends it in deep. Regenda back into the trapezoid. Circles back out to the point. Dickinson with a bobble. And it floats back out to Iafallo. Here's Connor. Cross ice to Nyquist. Now Connor on the inside. Sends it in. Tipped out in front. Still loose, and it goes right over the top of the cage. Celebrini hit. A turnover and a block by Celebrini. Excellent play as Nyquist now battles in the corner. Dickinson takes it away. A lot of action on both ends of the ice. One of these teams looking for a goal. Celebrini. Chernishaw. Back to Celebrini off a body. And Winnipeg gains control. Back out through center. Here's Nyquist. Brings it in. Trying to cut inside. A bobble. Drops it off for Niederreiter. He bobbles out to the point. Kept alive by Shen, who whiffed. Ospachuk takes it away here for the Sharks. And they get it back through center. Feeds it in deep. Shen takes a huge hit from Ospachuk. Outside Ferraro. Now Chernishaw fires. Save. Hellebuyck. 3:33 to go. Very entertaining third period. Winnipeg looking to get the dagger. San Jose looking to tie this game. Morrissey up to Velarde, who takes a big hit in center. Perfetti now walks it in. Perfetti pestered. Loose puck in the slot, controlled by San Jose. Just over 3 minutes to go, regulation time in a one-goal game. Taves takes it away in center again. And it floats back into the Sharks' end. Under 3 minutes to go now. Dickinson takes a hit behind the play. Here's Celebrini up ahead. He gets knocked off his skates for a moment. And here comes Perfetti. Perfetti, pestered on his way in, comes in on net. Askarov holds his ground, went out to get it. And San Jose back out under 2.5 to go. Graff walks it in, centering to Dickinson, denied by Hallebuck. Kept alive by Skinner. Morrissey pesters over there. Perfetti jumps on the loose change. And Winnipeg back out through center. Here's DeMello. DeMello walks it in. Bobbled on his way through, goes back outside. Back out to the point and Taves. Penalty called here. This one on San Jose. That doesn't help. And Perfetti touched inside. And a power play upcoming here for Winnipeg as San Jose is now kind of inching towards desperation mode. That is a bad time for a penalty. So the rest of this game will be a Winnipeg penalty. They're up by 1. And things are going to get interesting here down the stretch in the next couple minutes. Keep your eyes on Askarov if this puck goes down the other side of the ice. Face-off controlled by the Jets, and Velarde send it in. Askarov with the save. Battle for it along the far half wall. Out in front, a body out in front. Disrupts that shot attempt. Velarde, Pionk disrupted. Here come the Sharks. Watch out for Askarov to empty the net. He does not as of yet. Winnipeg takes it away. Just over a minute to go. Scheifele cuts inside. Velarde knocked away by Askarov. Iafallo now. Outside Nemestikov. Scheifele shot. Body down. The rebound. Score! It's Iafallo who puts it in. And that might be the dagger. Power play goal for Winnipeg, and they lead by 2 in the final moments. Second goal of the game for Iafallo. And it's 3-1 Winnipeg. Askarov never saw it. .59 seconds to play, 2-goal game. And the Jets with the dagger here in the final minute. Barron brings it right back in for Winnipeg, pestered to the near side. Barron circles the net. Out in front, goes all the way through and all the way back down. Hallebuck out of his net to get it. Niederreiter pestered. Sandberg gets it. Askarov stays put in between the pipes. Barron brings it up, drops it off for Lowry. Good block by Orlov. And here come the Sharks. Askarov empties the net. Toffoli inside. Regenda shot. Sticked aside by Hallebuck. Goes to the far side. Extra skater in for the Sharks. Winnipeg is on it. Off the boards, here's Niederreiter. Eyeing the net. Empty net. Good block out in front. 15 seconds to go. Sharks in desperation mode. Reeves with a bobble. Taken away. Barron. Bullseye. The empty net goal for Barron. And it's 4-1 Jets. As they have sealed the deal here in San Jose. Morgan Barron, the empty netter. And the Sharks just could not get it done. They were outplayed by Winnipeg pretty much all game long. And another goal finds the back of the net for Winnipeg. They're outshot. The Sharks are 54-33 in this game. Askarov did the best he could, but the Sharks just had no offense in this one. One final shot on net for Winnipeg, and that'll do it. The Jets come into San Jose and get a win on the road. 4-1 the final score. Hallebuck was outstanding in between the pipes per usual. And the gold medalist for Team USA in between the pipes gets the win. Jets dominated this one. 4-1 our final score. The one goal for the Sharks in this game came from the Wenberg deflection past Hallebuck off of a Jets player. That was the only goal Hallebuck gave up in the game. Askarov was good, just didn't get some help. And the Jets win it by 3. 4-1 the final score here from San Jose. Good night from SAP Arena.